also voted to recognize uh, members of the staff, the administration, and also units within campus that they believe were instrumental uh, in them being able to provide the services that they sought to provide. Uh, so at this time, I'm gonna pass the microphone to Madam President, and she's gonna be sharing a few remarks with us. So, President Coco de Felipe.
Bueno, buenas tardes. Good afternoon. So wonderful. And thank you, Mr. Rosa, for the kind introduction. I want to say, President, SGA President Brian Carter, and wonderful SGA leaders, and the wonderful supportive colleagues who have worked with them all year. I am bringing you greetings to you all who helped make the Student Government Association a vital and important part of life at Hostos. The pandemic has complicated every aspect of the educational experience, like other campus organizations. The SGA has felt its influence, but the fact of complication is less important than our response to it. And the SGA has responded marvelously. I was so impressed when I came and I heard that they had voted to give scholarships with a substantial amount of their students' activity fee. That was so remarkable and so wonderful. So thank you. It has continued to offer support, guidance, and a wealth of resources running the gamut from vaccinations to midterms and beyond. It has embraced difficulty and remained true to its goals. All the school year, as the school year draws to a close, we pause for a moment of reflection before we begin planning for the next. I salute the students, faculty, and staff who contribute such diligence, goodwill, and heart to the Student Government Association at OSOS. I would like to read a poem to my dear students, and this is a poem that speaks to me about values that travel across culture. This was written by Hafiz, a 13th century Persian poet. It was translated to German by Goethe. It was translated from that German version by Emerson, and it was adopted by Professor Ladinsky, a Jewish scholar. And Professor Ladinsky, when he understood that there was this college president in Connecticut that actually used the Sufi poets in some of her remarks, sent me books and gave me permission to use his poems because he couldn't believe that. So I share this poem, and I even translated it to Spanish. I won't read that today, but I will just read the poem because it really speaks to what this year has been at Hostos, about reaching out and about understanding our mutual humanity. When the sun within speaks, when love reaches out its hand and places it upon another, any power the stars and planets might have upon us, any fears you can muster can become so rightfully insignificant. What one heart can do for another heart, is there any beauty in the world that can match this? Brotherhood, sisterhood, humanity becomes the joy and the emancipation. We are free when we love ourselves, but our love extends beyond to all of our brothers and sisters that are part of the human race. Thank you for inviting me to bring remarks. I'm very proud of all of you, and I so look forward to commencement. At least 1,189 of you. And I understand tonight many will be honored as well. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam President. Uh, Definitely, we're in times where humanity is in a high need. We have a lot of things going on in our society where our humanity is being tested, a lot of tension, a lot of animosity, and we need, instead of challenging each other, we need to support each other and to recognize one another and to appreciate the work what we do. And we're trying to start a little bit of that in here. Uh, Before I continue, I want to acknowledge some of our distinguished guests. We have SVP Esther Rodriguez Chardeboin joining us. We have Provost Drago here in the house. Our Director of Public Safety, Chief Bernabe. We're also joined by Professors Ana Osuna. I saw Professor Cynthia Jones earlier. We have our Director of Career Services, Lisanes Rosario. We have Eric Radesky, our Director of External Relations, if I'm not mistaken. We have Jewel Jones, Administrator, Ardeen Gomez. Laura McGowan from the ASAP program. Dean Leslie King. We have Lilian Morales from Student Development. Linda Miles, Professor Linda Miles from the library. And we have also past and current SEA members. We have a couple of SEA members who graduated, who are gracious enough to join us, and we definitely appreciate their presence. We also have the Chair of Senate, Professor Ernest Yelongo, and we have members of the Counseling Center. So thank you all. And also Madeline Perez from the Hostos One Stop Program. Maya Litfield from the Scholarship Office. So if I miss anybody, sorry, but I want to thank you all for being here with us today. I'm going to try to share the screen again to see if we could continue. Just give me a minute. Okay, we had the remarks from the president. Now we're going to move on to the recognition of SEA members who graduated summer 2020. So these members served during the summer and she graduated. So we are very proud to present the Appreciation Award to Maritza Martinez for her service as SGA Senator. So the award is a crystal award, and this section here at the bottom is orange. So you'll always remember that it came from Hostos Community College. So we're gonna give Maritza a big round of hand and thank you for your service. Okay, next up, we're gonna be recognizing SEA members who graduated in the fall 2020, beginning with Liana Santana, who served as Vice President for Student Affairs and Community Relations. We also want to recognize Nicole Rodriguez, who served as Senator and Chair of Senate, and also Denise Feliz, who served as Chief of Staff. And their awards are here, so I'll try to share the screen. So we have awards for Liana Santana, for Nicole Rodriguez, and for Denise Feliz. Thank you all for your service. Next up, we have a recognition of a standing member who graduated in the fall 2020. So we did a survey and we asked the members to identify students who they thought went above and beyond as far as the service that they provided the students. So the fall 2020 member who the students felt were above and beyond in providing services was Muiz Agbaje. So we present the Above and Beyond Award to Muiz Agbaje for your tireless dedication to serving students of Hostos Community College as SGA president. So this award was mailed to him. He indicated he was going to be with us. I believe he might be working or something, but we do want to recognize President Agbaje for all the work that he did. So a big round of hand for President Agbaje. Next up, we're going to be recognizing members of the present administration. Actually, members who opted not to return to office in spring 2021. So we have Luz Lady Perez, who served as Chair Senate and Senator. And we also have Reina Soto, who served in the capacity of Senator. And we have their awards. I had the opportunity to drop off Luz Lady's award over the weekend. We also owe her her gavel for serving as chair of Senate. So I dropped those off during the weekend, and we will be presenting Reina's award down the road. So a big hand for Luz Lady and Reina. Our next category is the recognition of active SGA members. And these members are Ibrahim Mohammed, Vice President for Student Affairs and Community Relations. Hatem Anam, Budget and Finance Commissioner. Amdia Kiemtore, Executive Secretary. Monsita Colon, Campus Affairs Commissioner. Mohammed Ashir, Evening and Part-Time Student Affairs Commissioner. Abdul Abubakar, Senator. Salimatu Ba, Senator. Junior Carrella, Senator. Susan Cortez, Senator. Raymond Flowers, Senator. Malik Pellington, Senator. Abdul Razak Saadu, Senator. Wampundi Tiombiano, Senator. And we'll browse through their awards. These will all be presented to them. Appreciation awards to each of the members of the administration. And again, these are all presented in recognition of their service as member of the administration. Some of them serve summer, fall, and spring, and some of them only spring, but their service nevertheless is something to be acknowledged, and we appreciate all of their efforts. Okay, we have a couple of members that the current members felt should be recognized for their outstanding service. So our first recognition of outstanding service, as voted by his peers, is for Brian Carter, current president of the Student Government Association. And the award says, for your tireless dedication to serving students of Ostos Community College, CUNY, as SGA president. So President Carter has this award. I dropped it off over the weekend. So we want to congratulate him on all his efforts. The next students that will be recognized will be Charles Dorr. Okay, and his award says, for your dedication to serving students of Ostos Community College as Senator and Senate Chair. So once again, congratulations to Charles Dorr. This recognition as voted by his peers. Okay, last but not least, we have Isabel Neira Sanchez. Okay, so Isabel, her award says, for your exemplary service as Senator and Secretary of Ostos CC CUNY of the Student Government Association. So we want to recognize Senate Secretary Isabel Neira Sanchez for her service. Okay, we have a special award. The person we want to recognize is BP Ibrahim Mohammed. We had a Google form that students had the opportunity to fill out, and we want to recognize BP Ibrahim Mohammed for his modesty for nominating himself the most times to receive an award. So we want to recognize a special recognition to him. Okay, next up, we're gonna move up to the faculty recognition. So these students, these faculty, sorry, were nominated by students, and I'll read the comments that the students wrote as far as the nominations. So our first recognee is Professor Anna Asuna. She has been a motivation to me about the importance of education. Professor Asuna once told me that getting an associate's degree is good, but getting a degree higher than associates is better. And this was written by our VP and Chair Senate Charles Doar. Okay. Professor Osuna, want to recognize her for her hard work and dedication to students and the club. And this was from Senator Salumatu Ba. So we'll be presenting an award to Professor Osuna once we get back to campus, and I'll show you the award in a few. So very big recognition for Professor Ana Osuna. Our second awardee is Professor Cynthia Jones, and the student wrote, her teaching inspires students to continue their education. Also, she's so helpful to students. She presents different sources to us on how to succeed in her class. I love her class. And this was Isabel Neira Sanchez, Senate Secretary. So a big hand for Professor Cynthia Jones. Our third awardee is Professor Linda Miles. She's a helpful woman and she maintains a very strong commitment to the library committee. I am very grateful to be a member of the committee. This was also Isabel Neira Sanchez, Senate Secretary. So a big hand for Professor Linda Miles. Okay. Our next recognition goes to Professor Steven Cerulli. He's very understanding in his class at these difficult times. He's so flexible. We can reach him and speak with him, and he gave us a lot of resources and explains very well how to do good in his class. At this time, we need more professors like him. These are also the words of Isabel Neira Sanchez. Okay. Last but not least, we're recognizing Professor Hector Soto in recognition of the great job done as moderator of the Black Lives Matter Racial Justice Town Hall, which was held in the fall 2020. So SEA wishes to recognize Professor Hector Soto. And we're gonna show you images of their awards. So we have the You Make a Difference Award for Professor Ana Osuna. The You Make a Difference Award for Professor Cynthia Jones. The Commitment to Excellence Award for Professor Linda Miles. The Teacher Appreciation Award for Professor Steven Cerulli. And the Appreciation Award for Professor Hector Soto. So once again, thank you to all of our honorees. Okay, next up in the program, we have staff recognitions. First staff member we want to recognize is Diana Kramer. She works in the president's office. And in the words of the student, she's so helpful with all the students of Hostos Community College. I love how she manages her time to do all her work. Also, she's great at solving problems. And these are the words of Isabel Neira Sanchez, Senate Secretary. So big hand for Diana. Okay, staff recognition from Maggie Leftfield. She's a very helpful woman. If you reach her, she helps very kindly, and she's a great person. And these are the words of Isabel Neira Sanchez. So a big hand for Maggie Leftfield. Okay, want to recognize also Michael Martinez. Want to thank him for being a part of the Let's Talk About It series. And we thank him for being very attentive and for giving the participants very productive feedback. So a big hand for Michael Martinez.
Yes.
Okay, next up, we want to recognize Rhonda Smith. And in the words of Mr. President, she has been a dedicated contributor to not only student activities and Hostos Community College, but also a genuine citizen of this world. She has devoted all of her existence to making sure she has time to address each and everyone's concern. She's multi-talented and a master of her craft as well as love. So a big hand for Rhonda. We're gonna give you a quick preview of the awards. So this is Appreciation Award presented to Diana Kramer. Making a Difference Award for Maggie Littfeld. The Appreciation Award for Michael Martinez. And the Appreciation Award for Rhonda Smith. Okay, and we'll be presenting these once we return to campus. Okay. Student government also want to recognize divisions that they felt were instrumental in helping them to accomplish the task that they sought to finish. First up, we want to recognize the Division of Academic Affairs. And we also want to recognize the Division of Student Development and Enrollment Management. And the awards read as follows. So, Award of Excellence presented to Academic Affairs for exemplary service to the student body and collaboration with our team, SGA 2020-2021. And also Award of Excellence presented to the Division of Student Development and Enrollment Management. There's a character limit on the plaque, so I couldn't put the whole thing. So for exemplary service to the student body and collaboration with our team. So a big hand for the Division of Academic Affairs and the Division of Student Development. Okay. Student government also wanted to recognize various units on campus that they felt were very helpful to them. And we begin with the Office of the President. So the Award of Excellence is presented to the Office of the President for exemplary service to the student body and collaboration with our team on behalf of SGA 2020-2021. So want to recognize everybody who works in the President's office and made all those meetings with the President possible, and also provided members of the SGA who were graduating and other students with caps and gowns so they could take pictures for their events and many other services. So once again, a big thank you to the Office of the President. Okay, next unit that we want to recognize is the ASAP program. And these are, in the words of Vice President Ibrahim Mohammed, I can clearly say that without ASAP, most students wouldn't have graduated and some of them wouldn't know how to make it to the arrangements in school. ASAP has created so many platforms that help make education better for students. They support students with MetroCards to enable them to come to class. They also help to waive tuition for most students. So an institutional body like ASAP should be celebrated because they make the dreams of students at Hostos come true. Okay, and I believe we have Laura McGowan in attendance, so we'll be
Thank you very much for the honor. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll be presenting this plaque to her, once we get to campus. So, big hand for ASAP program. Other units that we want to recognize. The College-wide Senate for exemplary service to the student body and collaboration with our team. And in particular, the chair of the Senate, Professor Yalongo, was always there to help us. He participated in the Black Lives Matters Forum and several other events that the SGA hosted. The Counseling Center. Hey, what can we say? Counseling Center took a big role this year, and we want to thank them for their services. A favorite of President Carter, the CUNY Edge program. They assist students to get employment and with other services on campus, and we want to acknowledge them for that. The Financial Aid Office. We had the opportunity, the student government had the opportunity to meet with financial aid directly to discuss concerns that they had regarding issues with financial aid and all of them. We want to thank their staff for that. The Health and Wellness Center. Not only did they provide the food pantry on a weekly basis to students, but they also provided the Thanksgiving event in which they gave groceries to more than 200 students on campus. So that's big thanks for that. Joseph's Library was also mentioned as one of the units that the students want to recognize, not only for the regular services, but they also provided study hours during finals. And we want to thank them for that. Last but not least, the Student Leadership Academy, one of the units that definitely interacts most with the student government and from which at times the student government draws many of its members. So we want to recognize Jason Litfield and the Student Leadership Academy for their help. Okay. And we have a few special recognitions coming up. Our first special recognition is for Jason Litfield. This year, he served in the capacity of SGA Secondary Advisor. As I mentioned, he's the coordinator of the Hostos Leadership Academy. He served as the Zoom scheduler and the trainer for the SGA meetings. So he was actually the ones who set up all the schedules for them. A workshop facilitator, a mentor, and known around campus as the boss. And the award says, the Award of Excellence presented to Jason Litfield, a great advisor, colleague, and a key element to our success, SGA 2020-2021. So we'll present this award to Jason. Once we
Yes,
get back.
Jason. Woo!
All right. We have one that, one of the persons who had the most votes for awards, and the award goes to Toba Thompson. All right. So, member of the Counseling Center, a team advisor to SGA, and this is the first time that she serves in that capacity, but she did a great job and the students wanted to recognize that. She's also a workshop facilitator, a game show host, and a whole lot more. So the Award of Excellence is presented to Toba Thompson for being a great advisor, a colleague, and a key element to our success, SGA 2020-2021.
Let's talk about it.
There you go. So congratulations to Toba.
Thank you so much, everyone. It's been a pleasure.
Okay. We have some special recognitions as well for a couple of administrators. Our first special recognition for interim president, Daisy Coco de Filippis. And the students mentioned that she's always available. She's very welcoming. She's always offering books, coffee, and flan. She's genuinely concerned about how the students feel and what is troubling them. She delivers on her promises. And the students emphasize that they look forward to sharing some coffee and flan with you in the near future. So the Award of Excellence to Interim President Coco de Filippis for your guidance, support, and commitment to our efforts. So congratulations, Madam President. Okay. Our next award is for Provost Charles Drago. He had a remote open door policy. So Charles used to send Charles several emails, and the provost was always opening it to look into them. He was very willing to listen. He was concerned about resolving the students' issues. He takes the necessary steps to address all concerns. And we have to say that things ain't good with Charles in charge. All right, so the Award of Excellence presented to Interim Provost Drago for your guidance, support, and commitment in our efforts. So
Thank you. Thank you.
and we'll make sure we'll get Charles to deliver the award to Provost Drago. So it'll be Charles in charge. Okay, last but not least, we want to recognize Dean Joanna Gomez. And in the words of Isabel Neira Sanchez, for all her work and what she's doing at Hostos. She's kind, a hard worker, and very helpful. Thank you for supporting all of us. Okay. So the Award of Excellence to Dean Joanna Gomez for your guidance, support, and commitment to our efforts. So congratulations, Dean Gomez.
Go Dean, go Dean.
All right. So all of these awards will be presented on campus once we return after August 2nd. So The student awards, I'll do a little maneuvering and present those before, but all the rest of them, I'll be more than glad to stop by the offices and drop them off, following social distance guidelines and all that stuff. All right. And now I'm going to leave you with President Brian Carter, who will giving us some closing remarks.
Thank you, Jerry. Good afternoon, everyone. Hello. To all my Hostos staff and colleagues, on behalf of the SGA, we would just like to thank you all for contributing all of your hard work and effort during this pandemic and throughout this this year being one of the most challenging years and semesters that we've all witnessed. I would like to thank all of our 2021 graduates on seizing the moment and following through with their studies. I would like to also thank the President's Office, student activities, the Student Leadership Academy, the Counseling Center, the CUNY Edge Office, ASAP, the library, the Health and Wellness Center, the Computer Lab, the College-wide Center, just to name a few, on their countless efforts assisting our students and other colleagues, college colleagues that have helped with our extended hostess family as well. We have all stepped up and maintained a sense of normalcy during these trying times. I couldn't be prouder of everyone that is involved with the countless efforts to not only keep the students engaged, but continuing to give us some sense of normalcy. We have had numerous workshops with the likes of Tova Thompson and Michael Martinez with the Counseling Center. I would like to also thank President Coco De Felips, Diana Kramer, Dean Gomez, SVP Charterville, Professor Charles Drago, Professor Yolongo, Jason Lipfield, Jerry Rosa, Rhonda Smith, Ruby Call, Jennifer Williams, Toya Pickford, Dean Leslie King, Anna Ozuna, just to name a few of our outgoing staff and colleagues who continue to provide effort and support throughout this pandemic. We appreciate you all and can't thank you enough on the behalf of the SGA and the Hostos community. And I also would like to thank my SGA family, Charles Dior, Ibrahim Mohammed, Amdia Kemtor, Monsita Cologne, Adam Anam, Mohammed Nasir, Susan Cortez, Salimata Ba, Raymond Flowers, Isabella Nera, Junior Corella, Abdul Abubakar, Mark Pellington, Abdul Razak Sadu, and Muampondi, Bridget Diambano, for all your countless efforts and just representing the SGA and Hostos Community College as a whole. We thank you all. We couldn't do it without each other. We're all extended family. I look forward to seeing everybody soon. And with the reopening, sooner than later. Yeah, I just can't say enough, man. I'm just proud of everybody right now. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to represent Hostos as your president. As you know, I just try my best and lead by example. But I'll give it back to you, Jerry.
Okay. So with that, we're gonna wrap up today's event. I want to thank everybody who's in attendance today. You've all been part, of the efforts of this administration to serve students as best as possible, and we're very grateful for that. And we have a new SEA that's going to be coming up soon. We are a little short-handed now. We only had 2 students who ran for the election. So if you know of any students who's interested in being part of the next SEA, please refer them to me or refer them to Jason so we can provide them an application. Brian Carter is going to be returning for the next administration, and so is Bridget Tiambono. So they'll be interviewing the new candidates. Hey, we look forward to doing this again. So thank you and congratulations to all the honorees. As I said, once we get back to campus, I'll be doing the deliveries following all the social distance guidelines. So Thank you, everyone. Have a good afternoon, and I guess we'll see each other at the honors convocation. Take care.
Thank you.
Game show host.